Yeah.
And no, but what I was saying was that you went through that. You didn't get what you wanted the second time around. You tried some other things, and when you tried the other things, not only did it not work, but it set you back significantly financially. And most people at that phase would be like, I'm done. Like, yes, give me a job. I don't care. Like, just give me something stable, because this clearly isn't for me. Why did you not end up in that space where so many other people would have?
I just, it's a great question. I just, and I did think of quitting. I did think, Mr. Bugs and the timing of meeting him, it coincided just at that time. And I remember Anna, Mr. Bugs' PA, saying to me, let go of it. Just let go. You're at home, you're home now, basically. And we will get you there. Just trust in Holton. It would take a bit of time, but we will get you there. And that money that you're talking about, that's going to be a small drop in the ocean as to what we're going to make here. And the thing is that, you know, good things do come around. If you're a good person, you work hard. But sometimes it takes longer. And the main reason why I stayed in this industry is because I know you can have success. Okay. You just have to find the right timing, the right opportunity, and more importantly, the right owner that you can trust all the way. And so with that now, like I just did a post on my Instagram, the key to success is don't give up. Don't give up. Like you physically can't fail if you don't give up. You just have to figure it out. If you can't deal with an objection of somebody saying to you they don't have the time, figure it out. If it's gonna, I just went to the CrossFit today. I can't do double unders, which is basically the skipping rope has to go on your feet twice in a row. I was so frustrated that everybody else was doing it. I said, right, I'm going to go on the website. I'm going to find the right rope, my height. And I said, by Monday, I'll do 25. Okay. So how am I going to do that? The rope arrives tomorrow. I'm going to do it in the morning, at lunch, and in the evening. And if I don't see myself getting better, I'll do it twice in the morning, twice at lunch, and I just compress timeframes. That's it. That's the secret to it. And it's the same with anything you need to learn. You're not good at presenting or hosting or setting up Zoom, learn it, figure it out. And the key thing is learn to mess up. Learn to mess up. That's the key thing. And like Ed, yourself, actually, I know you've asked me to come on here, but I want to learn from you. Like, tell me, how long you've been in the industry now? Like, how many times have you actually dealt with adversity and things that you could quite easily have said, no, throw in the towel, you know?
Yeah, that's a good question. I got 10 years in the industry, and my first company was hitting lightning in a bottle, because I was new and I was very open, and I just did what I had learned, because I was already a trainer and a speaker before I got involved in network marketing. And even though I didn't know anything about network marketing, I knew how to develop people, and that's what I focused on, because that's what I love to do. And it just was a good mesh. And at the time, the company was doing, it was starting to do well. And my personality and my training skills with my results, it was just a good marriage. And that marriage was for about 8 years. And that company got into some financial issues, and ended up owing myself and a lot of other people a lot of money. And it wasn't that they had financial issues. It was how they handled it. And so it's kind of like when you're married and you find out, like, later, that your spouse is is a lying crap or something. And you're like, wait a minute, who is this? This is not who I married. So once I understood that, I just made a decision to walk away. I was out. And at that point, I built an organization of about I and other leaders, with me. I built about 140,000 plus people, and wow, we were doing our thing. We were definitely if not one of the biggest teams in the company. But I walked away and I said, take it. Like, I know you owe me money. I don't know if you're ever going to pay me, but it wasn't about the money. Like, I couldn't associate with that. So, like yourself, I actually looked into financial education, and I got involved with the platform because I knew some of the people behind the scenes, and I had good relationship with them, and I knew that I could get people paid. I wasn't necessarily into the product, and I was trying to figure out, like, am I going to ever find another home, or am I just going to have to put my energies into other business ventures? I've always, like you, I've always loved the industry network marketing. I've always believed in it. And like you said, I know that so many people can have life-changing success. And then lo and behold, while I was in the midst of trying to figure out where to put my energy, that's when I started hearing these little whispers. And I purposefully did not talk to Holton Buggs. I didn't talk to him. I didn't want to, because I knew if I did, what would happen. So I literally sent him a message, a voice note. I was like, hey, congratulations, man. You guys are going to, break records. And I was just supporting him. And after a couple of months, it was over the summer, one of my friends was like, yo, listen, you have to at least have the conversation. And so he and I got on the phone, and we ended up being on the phone till like 1:45 in the morning. And I knew, number one, how excited I was, because I realized that this is what I had been looking for my entire career, which was I wanted to be with leadership, not only that I could trust through and through, like I don't have to, kind of wonder, are they really, like, I don't have to do any of that here. But on top of that, leadership that knows how to execute, that has the competency to execute, and the self-awareness and humility to acknowledge when they don't, and then figure out a way to get it done anyway.
Yeah.
That was for me everything. And I said, hey, we have a shot to make history. I don't need any guarantees. I just want a shot to make some history. And so I was happily, coming into iBoomerang, starting from the beginning again, and feeling like a kid, because this vehicle, as you know, is it's ridiculous.
Yeah. I hear you. And in terms of all the team members that you have on here now, what is it where are they at? I know there's some that will be new, some that will be in for a little while, some that have been in from maybe the get-go. Where's everyone at with it right now? What's the energy like?
That's a great question. The people that I'm seeing on here are very loyal. We have strong relationship. We have some leaders on here. We have some individuals that are dialed in for Ruby. They're dialed in for Emerald. They're dialed in for Sapphire. And then we have people that are just wanting to kind of get into let me just hit director. Let me hit senior director. Let me get that going. But they're consistent in how they show up. I would say that in terms of the daily disciplines and the activities, the IPAs, there's probably a gap between what they want and then the IPAs required to get there. And when you were talking about, and I talked about you on one of our calls, I said, when he said that he had nights and mornings sleeping on the couch in the office, even though his partner is upstairs, and he would like to be in bed with his partner, but she's understanding and he's in the trenches. I want y'all to ask yourself the question. I'm not saying you have to do what David Hunt is doing to go diamond and then blue diamond. I'm just asking, are you doing all that you can do? Like, that's the question. You don't have to be him, but are you doing all you can do? And there are levels to this. So I would love for you to kind of shed some light on that.
Okay. It's really, really interesting, because when I started watching YouTube and seeing how many of us watch, by the way, do your team put the cameras on, or they leave it off out of respect or something like it?
Right. They leave them off so it's not distracting when you're talking.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm just talking to you. Like, I mean, but it's like, if they're glued in, like, I'd love to see them. I'd love to feel the energy from them as well.
Turn your cameras on.
If you guys want to turn your cameras on, I want to see you guys. Like, I feed off the energy, but also I like seeing eyeballs. I like knowing who's there. And I recognize some faces here. Keenan, good to see you. Hey, the ladies are in the house. They're smashing social media, these ladies. Hey, I see it. But it's really important. I think the key thing is like, I watch YouTube, and I was seeing all these different things on YouTube of success stories of Jeff Bezos. Who's seen the one of Amazon on the wall and sleepless nights and success now? And then I heard about Kobe Bryant with 4 a.m.s and 7 a.m.s and all of these. And then look at the results he got. And everybody's watched The Last Dance, so you see the sacrifices they made. So I was thinking, like, when I start having the nights where I'm having to, because I remember joining this industry and I was like twiddling my thumbs. I didn't have people to speak to. And then I was wishing I could be that busy. Now I'm like, man, be careful what you wish for, because my phone, it just goes off. Like, I turn notifications off. You'll never see this buzz unless it's a phone call, because I have my set routine. When I'm ready to go and deal with the team members, I'll go to them. They have a protocol that if I have a missed call from them twice, I need to get to them urgent. Otherwise, if not, it can wait. And so now I'm sleeping on the bed, on the sofa, and I'm like, I'm in that zone. Like, I'm doing what all the others that have done, I'm on that path. I'm actually there. I'm like, we're on that route. Like, give me sleepless nights. Let me wake up looking like I've bought bags that you can't buy from anywhere else under your eyes, you know? I do feel like crap sometimes. I'm not eating, and there's times I'm like, oh my God, I can't remember when I last ate. But that's what they're saying on YouTube. That's what their success stories are. So if that's them, I'm there, I'm close. So I just did it more. I booked in more calls. I booked in more things. And I'm like, yeah, look, let's try and push the boundary so much that your brain doesn't burn out, right? Your body may slow down a bit, but your brain doesn't burn out. When your body is seeing it, okay, I'll take a 10-hour sleep and then I'll go again. And that was it. Actually, there's something I'll share with you guys at Houston. So I went to Italy to launch our team, February 10th, okay? I then went to the biggest game of football there, 90,000 people, okay, in Italy. I then land, and when I land, where was the biggest area for the pandemic? Well, I felt ill, not knowing what was going on at the time. Like, and that was on the Monday. Following Saturday, we had a London event. I'm like in the hallway on the stairs, wringing out my t-shirt because I'm fever. I'm like, but the COVID thing isn't really, people aren't really understanding what it is yet. And so I'm just ill. I do the presentation. I'm like, I've got to go. I'm going to faint or whatever. I did the presentation, the closing, and then went. And then we had to fly the next week to Houston. And I'm feeling better on the flight. When I'm an hour away from landing in Houston, bang, something hits me like, I don't know what it was. So we land, and I say to Avi, I said, Avi, I've got to go to bed. I'm in a bad way here. I went to a local corner shop in Houston, which I don't recommend because there's some funny looking people in Houston at that time of night. And I got every pill possible. And whilst I was walking, I get a message from Edwin Haynes saying, David, we want you to speak for 15 minutes on stage. I'm like, oh my good God. So any of you at Houston, at those parties, I wasn't at one of them. I was in bed. I was ill. I was so ill. Avi Nash was watching me shivering. And I was like, he was worried that we're going to have to call an ambulance or something and just get me on a drip or something. Said, no, we'll get it past it. And then I was just in bed. And then it got to the event, and I was saying to some of the people around me, like, just don't come too close. I'm just ill. And then I was trying to get through, and I kept coming out of the event and back in because of my cough was so bad. And then I'm thinking, oh my God, tomorrow I've got to talk. Like, I can't go 1 minute without talking. And the aircon in the room. But I'm like, no, let's figure it out. And you know, The Last Dance, it hadn't published then, but I read the book Relentless. And I'd heard that Michael Jordan had the flu, which obviously we know wasn't the flu now, but I heard he had the flu. I was thinking of that. I'm like, this is it. This is the moment. That's how my brain was. So I'm there in bed, shivering away, watching the social media of everyone partying, which you were every night, okay? And I wasn't there. And then next morning, I had to leave everyone. And I then went and I made sure that I had this prep ready, that I knew that I could give myself half an hour if I chucked all these pills and throat things in me, and that would get me through. And then I went on stage and then did the talk, and then basically collapsed afterwards, and then went and sat down with the team. But then the team wanted trainings. So we're doing trainings. And then once the last person he trained, I was like, oh, it's bed. I'm bad way. And that was for 4 weeks. I was like that. Yeah. You know?
Wow.
So it's like, you can use it as an excuse, or you can figure it out. And unless I was taken to hospital, which may have happened, then it is what it is. We deal with it. But it means, do you know what? It means too much to me. And the reason why I like seeing all of you is because I say to my team, what's your why? What's your why? What's your why? So now I know that when I feel like taking time off, I can't. For them and their kids, or that lady that doesn't want to go to work for that boss anymore, or their partner has broken up with them and she's got no money, or whatever it may be, it's too important for everyone. Like, so now I'm like, I feel that as a leader that we all want to be, like, I have to do, and I have to lead by example. And so from that, we have to make decisions and say, see in that tunnel there is light at the end. I don't know it, but there's light at the end, and I'll go first and we'll figure it out. And so, yeah, look, I ask all of you, it's lovely to see your faces, but I ask all of you right now, do you really want it? Do you want it that badly that you're willing to do what 95 or 97% of the population are not willing to do? Okay. Am I saying you have to do what I just did? No, far from it. Okay. But am I saying that you have to do what others aren't willing to do? Yeah, you are. You know, most people take the easy option to live the hard life. Whereas if you take the hard option for a short time, you will lead a much easier life. I can tell you that right now. And we're witnessing it now, and we're not taking it for granted. Like you said there, it's like we hit that rank, diamond. Okay, now who's diamond? Who's diamond next? I know if I create you diamonds, I don't have to worry about the next ranks. Who's next? You know?
I love the way that you reframe things, and you talk a lot about how you play these games in your head, and it's a game that we play. It's a game of endurance. It's a game of embracing pain. And so you're framing these things and you're associating with greater success stories, whether it's Amazon and you're doing it sleeping on your couch. So what was your mindset?
I think we might be losing you. Are we losing him a little bit?
Is it choppy? How about now? Am I freezing? Can you hear me? No? Yes?
You're okay now, I think. I think you're okay now. You were freezing, yeah.
All right. What was your mindset moving from emerald to diamond? You said that you had been there longer than you had planned.
Yeah, I tell you what happened. I remember in Organo Gold that Mr. Bugs always did promotions after an event. So I messed up. At the last Vision Vegas, I didn't plan for it. I was like dazzled. But you know what we did? We were doing presentations in hallways because we were locked out our room, and we were prospecting out there. So we were still doing the work. But we haven't planned ahead. So it's a must, okay? They are a must. They separate the men and new ladies, new women, all right? And you understand what I mean there by what I'm saying. But you find new crops of people that are wanting it. And so we at the last event, I didn't plan. So at the Houston one, we did, and we just mapped out. And I've been on stage twice to say what day I'm going to be diamond, and I didn't hit it. But it didn't bother me. It was just a case, I knew that if I'm just going to keep digging, you eventually find it. You eventually, yeah, I can see you now. You're not glitching. You're on the mobile, right? I bet. And so I figured out that I just had to keep doing it. Go through the people. 21 people quit. I don't care. I know that there's another 21 people out there that are wanting it, that are tuned in. Whether you've been in network marketing 10 years or whether you've been in 5 years and not had any success, if you want it as badly as me, let's figure it out. Just don't quit. Figure it out, stay plugged in, do what we do, and we will eventually get you there. And some, it just takes a little bit longer. Our best story that we've had in our team, 363 days to create a director. Yeah, Monica. Now, Monica, that time in that 11 and a half months, she started learning the skills, plugged in, no rank, plugged in. One sign up that quit, okay? Plugged in, and all of a sudden she made a shift. And I had to say it to her a little bit harshly, but she had to do more and make the I knew she was ready to be pushed. And so I had to give her that push to say, you need to do this now. You need to do this, 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 and change it a bit. And she did it. And all of a sudden she started getting signups. All of a sudden it started, and all the skills she'd learned from being plugged in, her business is just growing now. All of a sudden she's training her team, and the edification is fantastic. And so don't worry if you're not getting there yet. Stay plugged in and learn. Just keep learning, because that time will come when it's ready for you and you'll be ready. Yeah. So I hope, it's a bit long-winded, but I hope that helped. Megatron, I like that name. Or have we lost him here? I don't know if we've lost him. Can you guys hear him? No?
No.
I can hear you.
Oh, yeah, he's coming in broken for me.
Yeah. It's good. Well, whilst he's fixing it, it's good to see you guys, man.
Yeah, it's breaking up.
No, not at all.
There we go. You there?
Now, let's talk about weekend. I know.
Talk to us about vision.
Hey, Mr. Blunt, I think we're losing you. You do sound like Megatron right now. I think I got what he was saying there, and it was about this weekend. Kind of, you're in and out. Whilst I think the key thing is and I can see the here. I'll try and help you. I want to give as much as I can to help you guys. I know how important it is. I see many of you at the events as well. So I know that you're plugged in. Learning and staying plugged in and not quitting. It's a must. It's a must. Okay. Mr. Blunt's just messaged me here. There you go. He just messaged me. I thought that's what he was saying. So basically, he said to me, talk to you about vision. Okay, I'll share with you here. Our team's growing very quickly, but these are the guys that have, I can't share it. So I'll wait for him to bring me on as host or something. I'll share my screen. I took a picture. We got everybody that has committed to buying a ticket. We took a picture and put it in Vision because we wanted everybody to know, appreciate it. We wanted everybody to know who had committed. Okay, so this is the ones that we know of. Like in Tonga, the team's growing so crazy and technology isn't their thing. They send a photo, okay? Somehow they know how to sign someone up, but they don't know how to send a photo. When I went to Houston, we took around 40, 50 team members. And from that, the energy managed to not only create a diamond, but we created many rubies and sapphires and other ranks, and people were making money, okay? And for you guys, what to expect from that? I mean, the hardest thing for all of you to understand is being in a company at 18 months old. Okay, that's the hardest thing for you all. We need money. We didn't join this to be diamond. We didn't join this to be a sapphire. We didn't join it to be a go-getter. We joined this to make money. Let's keep it real. And so from that now, if you aren't making money, that is the goal that you want to achieve right now in this, have a job or something so that you stay in the game, okay? Because the first 18 months now, if you look at other successful companies that are 15, 20, 30 years old, they have 50, 100 products or services, okay? So when someone comes in, you can start making money from customers very, very quickly. 18-month-old company, that doesn't happen, yeah? It doesn't happen. So it's important for people to understand that when you're in that early, that we prep your mindset for it, to know that the next 18 months, especially you guys in the US, there are products and services coming for you guys that I'm contemplating moving to the US, purely because of the opportunity you guys have compared to us in Europe. So you're gonna be blown away. You're gonna be absolutely blown away. And some of the stories, I had to do a diamond table training that we recorded yesterday with Mr. Edwin Haynes for you guys. And I mean, some of the content is, watch the video and they're all talking. I had a pen and paper. I'm taking notes whilst I'm a panelist. And they're going, are you taking it? Yeah, I'm taking notes. Like, I've got some of the top income earners in the world, in the industry, talking, and you're asking my opinion too. I'm taking notes. So I was there taking notes. Take notes, guys. Take notes, okay? But the vision is going to be absolutely insane. And the key thing is now, you've got around just over 48 hours Some of you may not be able to get signups on $250, $500, or $1,000. How many of you can get someone on $79? I'm telling you now, you get them on $79, they'll buy a package afterwards. They'll buy a package. You get them on $79 to come watch Vision. All they have to do is see Mr. Bugs. They see Mr. Bugs, they'll get it. If they don't get it after that, they would never have joined anyway. I can tell you that now. Okay, so really, really important. I see another one here. May we ask about your physical routine? Actually, welcome to Atlanta. I'll give you a rough idea of my routine so you guys get an idea of it. Fitness is a big, big thing for me. It releases chemicals that if I don't do fitness for 3 days, I start to go down a downward spiral. And my missus is like, you haven't run for a few days. You haven't gone to the gym. You haven't, have you? I can tell. You're groggy. You're like, you're chomping. So I have to do that. I have to go and do my CrossFit. I have to do things that push my boundaries. Like I get injuries from it a lot, but I enjoy that. So fitness is a big, big thing. And for all of you out there, I can tell you now, it doesn't matter whether you can't even run, okay? Or if you think your body's looking good anyway, keep on top of your health and fitness. Because when your mind is fresh and your body is fresh and you look good when you look in the mirror and you feel good, all of a sudden your energy when you start the day and do things is totally different. The second thing I do is I listen and read books like they're going out of fashion. Like they're going out of fashion. The one that I'm reading right now, and I get a little book like this, okay? And each book I put the chapters in my own thoughts. So the book that I'm doing at the moment is a John Maxwell book, which is called, and I'll share this one with you. And I only do, it's called The Leader's Greatest Return, okay? And from that now, I do 15 to 30 minutes minimum in the morning, and then I do 15 to 30 minutes minimum at night. If you only do, how about this? If you only do 15 minutes a day, and let's say the average audiobook is 8 hours long, without using a calculator, have a guess, how many books do you reckon you're reading a year? Put it in the chat, I'd love to know. How many books? If you did 15 minutes a day, how many books do you reckon you're reading a year if the average audiobook is 8 hours? Don't use the calculator. Who's that up there? Denise, don't start looking around. I can see you. Anyone want to guess? 36. I don't know how to say that name.
30. So around 30, between 32 and 34.
32, 34. 25, 26. I'm not great at math, but I'm pretty sure it's around 11. Okay? If you do just 15 minutes a day. Okay? Just 15 minutes a day. Do you know how much of a different person you're going to be listening to the right books, reading the right things for 15 minutes? I mean, you can't have success without personal development, okay? You can't make the money without that. Because one way or another, if you've got the money but you're not doing the personal development, something's going to break down along the line. You have to have both. And if you want to make that money, you're going to end up being a leader. And if you're going to be a leader, you need to start educating and helping and sharing with other people. So my daily routines, I have things like fitness, and then I crack onto the computer. We've got our lists. We're doing a 91-day game plan, which started today at the 1st. So we've got a tracker accountability sheet that we have, and we're filling in with point system, and we're having fun with that as well. So I have to lead by example to make sure I'm prospecting, to make sure I'm following up. And then it's organization time. I am literally a promoter. I am making flyers like they're going out of fashion. Okay. So that's all we're doing. We're promoting and we're edifying, and that's basically it. And whenever I get half an hour aside, I maybe will try and eat. My partner slides food in every now and then, and then we figure it out. We figure it out. So I hope that helped answer your question. Okay.
Good. It's good stuff.
He's back.
I've just been listening. I didn't want to break up the flow. Okay, 2 things, because I know we got to bring it in for a landing, because I want to respect your time. The number one, share a little bit about what the lifestyle is like on the other side. You crossed that first line of diamond, and then secondly, anything that you want to close out with as a call to action, especially going into vision. I want to leave the floor to you. Thank you again for your time and much respect and much love to you.
No. Look, it's an honor. Mr. Blunt, anytime you need me, please know that I'm here always, because I know there's going to be times I'll need you as well, 100%. And so with that, look, I think I caught what you said is, what's it like crossing the line of Diamond? Well, number one, I don't have to watch Jose Luis Rivas going and filling his plate up all the time, because I could see he's putting weight on. So I'm going to have to make sure I take that plate away from him. But how annoying was that? I was at the rope where I was an Emerald at Vegas, and I think Mr. Bugs did it on purpose. They bring the food for the Diamonds right by the Emeralds. So, oh my God, it smells so good. And I'm like, guys, have you got any sweets I can have, or any crisps or something next to me? And I'm like, anyone want to go out in the queue for 2 hours and go get a pizza or whatever it is? I'm like, geez. So I'll go on stage. I'm like, right, I'm going to hit Diamond on this date. I don't. So I'm now like incognito at the Houston one. Like, I'm not Diamond yet. And I'm there. I don't want the front seat this time, so I don't want everyone to see that. I'm like, anyway, we go to Houston again. And I'm like, yep, I go on stage. I'm like looking at Avi, what date shall I give? And I'm like, right, I'll give a date again. I don't hit it again. I'm like, you know what? Stuff this. I don't care now. I'm just going to do the work. If it takes me 10 years, I don't care. I'm just going to do the work. And as the customers come in, the volume's going to build anyway. We'll all hit it. But it's like, I'm not even focused on that now. I'm focused on what am I doing every single day. And then when it hit, I tell you what happened. I didn't plan to hit it the month we hit it. It was just, we were doing a 90-day game plan, and we hit it in the third month. But the second month was very, very close, and I was told to go for it, and I did, and we missed it by 12,000 points. Okay. And it was like, Mr. Bugs called me up, and we had enough packages gone in that potentially we could have loaded for that month still, on the first of the next month. And he said, what do you want to do? And I said, nah, does that mean that these guys, it will affect them for the next month? Yeah. I said, no, we're not doing it. He literally just said, are you sure? And I said, yeah. He's gone, right, we're going to do this is the first class, this is what you're doing. I'll speak to you soon, get going, bye, see you at Diamond. That was it. End of that month, well, actually, I think it was the 25th day, 26th day, bang, it was done. And not only done, I think we hit 315,000, and then the next month was 350,000. And then all of a sudden, Tonga and all of this just saw our energy and just went crazy. And I'm just like, this thing's on steroids. I'm like, wow. But the one thing that is key is that when Mr. Bugs was coming on flight school, and the team all messaging me, and I'm seeing it, and he's saying, oh, David's got the eye of the tiger. I'm like, not falling for this. Not falling for this. I said, no way. I've won promotion as a footballer, and I've took my foot off the gas, and we just skimmed relegation the next year. Just skimmed it. Yeah. And I'm like, not falling for this no more. So blanking it out. I'm like, not listening to you. Yeah, it feels good. Forget the team. Hey, don't message me about that. What are you doing right now? Why aren't you presenting? Why aren't you prospecting? What do you need help with? Let's go. And then that was it. And I just blanked it out, and I said, I do not care what they're saying there. Let the team feed off it. Let's just go. Feed that. And I'm addicted to it. I'm absolutely addicted to it. I'm obsessed by it. And I'm obsessed coming on these calls and to be asked to come on and help and give any knowledge I have. If you'd asked me that 5.5 years ago, I would have snapped your arm off to be able to do it. So now you give me the chance. I'm like, let me give you whatever I can. Yeah.
Mr. David Hunt, Diamond leader in iBoomerang. He's going to be giving us some phenomenal training this weekend at Vision. So please make sure that you have your all access passes, because they have bonus training that you cannot access unless you have the all access pass. We have, as he said, just over 48 hours to push and promote for that. Brother, I appreciate you so much, and I look forward to serving you as I hit the next ranks, and I want to bring value to you and your group as much as you have done for us in the entire company. So much love to you. You all unmute yourselves, give him some love, and we're going to send it off. Thank you so much, brother.
Mr. Blunt, I'd love to have you come and educate our team, okay? So let's make it happen. I'd love for you to, okay?
Anytime, man, anytime.
Thank you, David.
Hey, thanks, David. Really appreciate you coming out here and talking to us.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow,
David.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ed.
Awesome.
Let me get this on my Insta. Let me say it. That was
Atlanta, Georgia.
Thank you,
can still move
David.
to Atlanta,
Thank
Georgia.
you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, David.
That was
Thanks,
great.
Ed, for putting this together. Thanks again, David.
Yes, thank you
Thank
so
you,
much.
everybody.
Thank you, Mr. Blunt. Thank you, Mr. Hunt.
guys.